Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Charlene and today we are going to do a salsa chicken in the slow cooker. So I already have 5 chicken breasts washed and placed in the bottom of the crock pot, and now we're just going to make the seasoning for it. Okay, so I'm actually going to double this recipe because I want a little extra sauce. So I have 2 cups of salsa. So you would just do 1. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of chili powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Nice simple recipe. So we're just going to mix the seasonings together like this. And we're going to sprinkle it over top of the chicken. I'll just lift that up to make sure some at the bottom get it as well. Smells so good. And then here's the 2 cups of salsa. So you use whatever type of salsa you like. If you like mild or medium. I did a mixture of medium and spicy in this one. And you just pour the salsa on top. And we are just going to cook this on low for 3 to 4 hours. And then I'll decide what we're going to put this on, if it's going to be rice or pasta. Okay, it is done. I just sprinkled some cheese on a few minutes ago. I also ended up making pasta as well. I put a little butter and salt and pepper on the pasta, and then we are just going to see if this is any good. Let's see. I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to get a little of the liquid on there. That's why I made a little extra so that we could put it on the pasta. Let's see. It looks and smells good. I'm hoping, because I put that really hot, spicy salsa. I used, it was actually a ghost pepper salsa, so I'm really hoping that my mouth is not going to burn off. Okay, it is really, really hot. Okay, don't use ghost pepper. Oh my word. Okay, the flavoring is so, so good though. I really, really like that. My family is going to love the heat of this. I was expecting a little heat, not quite that much. But it's very good flavoring. And I'm so glad that I made pasta with it to help cool that down. But anyways, here, let me give you a close-up on it. So it's really flavorful. Okay, and we will see you for tomorrow then. I just wanted to let you know that my husband and my oldest son absolutely loved this. They loved how spicy hot it was. My youngest and middle one loved the flavoring but thought it was a little too spicy. I really enjoyed it, and at least I got my water intake for the day. Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do a barbecue chicken in the crock pot. The recipe calls for just 2 or 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast to go in here. I put, was there 5, 6, I put 8 chicken breasts in here just because there's 5 of us, and my plan is to put these on buns. So I wanted to make sure there was lots for everybody. So, okay. So we are going to mix. So I'm going to double the sauce recipe of this. I will put the regular recipe down in the description of a regular serving, but because I pretty much doubled the chicken, I need double the sauce. So I am going to put, see, it says 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So I'm going to pack in 1 whole cup of brown sugar. It says that it should be packed. And then we need barbecue sauce. So let's see here. I'll just finish up this bottle in here. Actually, this one I'm using hickory barbecue sauce. But you use whatever you like. Okay. And oh, I forgot the Worcestershire. Open. There we go. And it calls for 1 teaspoon of onion powder. So we'll do the onion powder first. And then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And then we need just a dash of red pepper flakes. And if you don't like any form of spice, doesn't call for much, but I'm going to put a little extra in because my family likes spice. You can just omit this if you don't like them. Okay, we're just going to mix this together. And if this is way too much, because I'm doubling it, I have another recipe I'm doing tomorrow night for dinner that this will go well with. I can just add it into that, so it won't go to waste either way. Okay, so just a note that if anyone else decides to double the recipe, don't quite double the brown sugar. It is slightly too sweet. But other than that, the flavor is really good on this one. So all we're going to do is just pour this over top of the chicken. It smells good with that hickory barbecue sauce. Okay, and the next step is we are going to take pineapple juice. Now, because I'm doubling this, I did have a half a cup, but I didn't have enough for a full cup, so the rest I just used water, and that's going to be perfectly fine. So, and then you're going to need normally 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken this, but I'm going to use 4 because I'm using liquid. So you're just going to put these, or double the, sorry. So I'm going to do 4. And then we're just going to pour it over top of the chicken. Once this is properly mixed, I'm just going to close this so I don't spill anything in it. Okay, so then we just pour this over. Oh, there's a little chunk in there I missed. I just put a tad bit of water in. And now what we're going to do is mix everything together so that all the chicken breasts get a bit of everything in there. Oops. I'm splattering everywhere. Okay, that looks like it's all well mixed. And now we're just going to cover it, plug it in, and we are, let's see, you can either cook it on low for 2 hours or, no, high for 2 hours, sorry, or low for 3 to 4 hours. So I think I'm going to leave it on 4 hours, and then I'll just check it at 3 hours. Okay, it is done. Looks and smells good. So actually, I'll just turn that off. So now all you're going to do is you're going to take them out and you're going to shred them or cut them into thinner pieces, and then you're going to put them back in the pot to get all of the liquid all over it, and then you put them on a bun. So we kind of like it in bigger chunks, so I'm not going to shred it, I'm just going to cut it like this. But you can do whatever your family likes best. Okay. I'll move all that stuff over here. That's enough for one bun. Okay, let's test this out. That is really good. I like that. And earlier I had said it was really sweet. You don't taste that. Like the over sweetness, it's just perfectly fine. My pup thinks he needs to have some chicken sandwich too. But anyways, this is definitely a good recipe as well. So I better start making them for my family. Okay, welcome to another crock pot evening. We are going to make chicken and gravy in a crock pot tonight, and then I'm going to make some kind of mashed potato to go with it. So for starters, I have chicken breasts in the crock pot. We are just going to sprinkle it with a little bit of olive oil. Actually, grab my fork so I can make sure they all get a little bit. Probably about a tablespoon worth of oil. And we're just going to put a little bit of pepper, salt. Mine are slightly frozen, so two got stuck together in here. There we go. Make sure they all get some. We're putting some salt. I'll put a little pepper on the one I missed. A little bit of garlic powder. Sprinkle side. And a little bit of paprika. Okay. Somewhere between a half of teaspoon to 1 whole teaspoon is what I put on here of each. Okay, so now we're just going to put this aside and we're going to go to the stove and make the gravy. Okay, I just melted 4 tablespoons of butter on medium. I'm going to turn it down just a tad. And now I'm going to add in 3 cups of chicken broth. There's 2. Okay. I was a little short on having an extra cup of broth, so I just added a little extra water. I'm just mixing these together. There we go. And we're going to add in 2 chicken bouillon cubes. Okay, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of, oh, wait, that's the, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of parsley. Teaspoon of onion powder. And garlic powder. Okay, then it calls for half a teaspoon of oregano. Half teaspoon of thyme. And paprika. Oh, that's way more. There we go. And we'll just add a little bit of salt, and we'll see how that tastes before we add more. And we're just gonna mix this around and simmer it. Okay, I'm going to turn that up just a little bit, and we're just going to constantly stir this until it thickens. Okay, this gravy did not thicken the way the recipe said it would, so I brought it to a boil. I'm just going to add like an inch of water with another tablespoon of cornstarch. Probably should have put this in a larger pan to give it room to bubble, but I'm just going to do this with hopes. Yeah, I can already feel it thickening there. That's much better. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to make changes on that recipe to bring it to a full boil first. Okay, so then now we're just going to take it over to the chicken and we are going to add it on. Okay, so we're just going to carefully dump the gravy in, not to splash myself. Sorry, bad angle. It smells nice. Okay, then just going to make sure it gets to all of them. And then this is going to cook on high for 4 to 5 hours. Okay, so with our chicken, I decided tonight that we were going to make some mashed potatoes. So I found a recipe, bacon and herb creamy mashed potatoes. So I've already cooked the potatoes and I have drained the water out. So now we are going to add in a little bit of butter. We are going to add in a couple tablespoons of bacon grease. I keep my bacon grease and I just keep it in a small jar that I have laying around the house. So let's do, because I did a pretty big pot. Let's try that. Just gonna do that so it can melt while I add the rest of the ingredients in. There we go. Okay, calls for some milk. So how much you add in is going to depend on the amount of potatoes you have. I have a pretty big pot here. Okay, so then we're just going to mash this up. The next thing we're going to add is a little bit of parsley. There's just a little stick type thing I'll take out. And there's one too. And then we are going to add some bacon pieces. So I always keep cooked bacon in the freezer. So today I just got to pull out 6 pieces. I didn't actually have to cook it. So that's always handy. So it's roughly, I used about roughly 6 pieces in here. I'm thinking maybe 7. All the pieces kind of broke, so it's hard to tell exactly. Okay, we're just gonna mix this together. Okay, so the potatoes look wonderful. The chicken smells good. So we'll just do a little A little taste test. Oh, here's a tiny piece of chicken here. I'm going to try a little of this gravy on there. Okay, let's try. First, we'll try a little piece of the chicken. That's pretty good. I think the potatoes need just a little salt. Actually, you know what? I think they might also be, I'd use a little butter on them as well. I think that when I make my plate, I think I'll do butter, salt, pepper, and then the gravy of this, and it's really, really good that way. I like it. I think my family will like this as well. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on another video.